Yo, YouTube, it's your boy Premier, back today to make it clear I'm saucing and bossing and leaving ops in the rear. They can't hold your boy. We really out here doing it. This is one of the best builds in NBA 2K21 that I have found. It is a 6'7" speed boosting demigod with contact dunks. Look at your boy Sauce. They can't hold me. They're not going to be able to hold you on this build. This is one of the best ISO builds I have found, and one. You can't guard me, bro. This build is too nice, I'm telling you. Your boy Premier is telling you here, you heard it first. These tall ISO builds are gonna be the wave. The speed boost that you get out some of these ISO combos is nice, bro. It reminds me of 17 and the Pure Point 4.
I can't think, yeah, I don't wanna stress. I bought a foreign whip, but I don't wanna flex. Step back and shoot, and it hit nothing but net. I always win like I rigged and paid.
Yo, YouTube, it's your boy Premier, back today with another banger. And in today's video, we are going to be going over one of the best builds in NBA 2K21 from as much as we have seen. This build is going to be a 6'7" ISO demigod build, and yes, it can speed boost off rip. But first things first, y'all know the vibes. We're not going to drag it out too much. Just like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Make sure to turn on post notice so you don't miss an upload. Your boy will be on the daily upload grind, all NBA 2K21. But first things first, with this build, you can go ahead and look at the point guard if you want, but I've directly compared them. Point guards are worse this year than shooting guards. If y'all would like a video on that, please drop it down below and I'll be happy to explain it. Next, jersey handed number, of course, is up to you. I had to choose number 1 because this is the guard build you're going to end up making. Next, for the skill breakdown, go ahead and scroll all the way down. A lot of the times when you're talking about ISO builds, you might look at the red, yellow, but this year, you could even look up here at some of these blue yellows. The blue yellow is nice too. That is a really good build. That's a really good skill breakdown. But the skill breakdown we're going to be talking about here today is the pure yellow, because it has the highest ball control and the higher three-pointer than the blue yellow. The blue yellow is nice, but it's going to struggle to shoot according to Mike Wang's standards. So I had to come down here and select the pure yellow and get the best build possible. Next, for your physical, this is pretty simple. You want the fastest player on the court possible. The only other one I would consider is the speed, acceleration, and vertical. As long as Gym Rat and as long as the +4 at 99 are still a thing, that's a decent physical profile. But the physical profile I recommend is the one with the most speed and acceleration, so you have the fastest player possible on the court. Next, for these attribute upgrades, you can go ahead and start out by maxing out your driving layup, driving dunk, and then you want to upgrade your close shot to an 82. Now I'm going to show you all a few different versions of this build. Just follow along, pause, rewind at any time needed. Next, here on the shooting, you do want to go ahead and try to max that out. The 16 shooting badges on this build is going to be so nice. That is so calm. And then from there, you can go ahead and upgrade your pass accuracy all the way to a 94 and get the 29 playmaking. Now, this right here is one version of this build that I was able to find. 4, 16, 29, and 7 defense and rebounding. That is really nice. Either way you decide to put it in, you can put it into your block or you can put it into your offensive rebound. That is entirely up to you. I had these 4 extra attribute upgrades, so I tried to play around with them, see if there was kind of anything I could do to maybe get another badge somewhere, you know, since there's 4 extra attribute upgrades. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if I ended up finding it in time, but I do know I ended up putting the extra attribute upgrades into my playmaking, and I was able to get 4, 16, 30, and 7, which is incredibly calm. For a build like this, getting that many badge upgrades, that is 57 badges if my math is right. Please somebody quote me if I'm wrong in the comment section below, but a 57 badge upgrade build is insane. I don't know about you, but I can definitely do some damage with that build. Next, I did end up doing a few different versions of this build because for finishing, you know, I mean, that's kind of pushing it, you know, if I'm being honest. But as you can see here, when you take away the defensive and try and trade it off, you don't get the 7 finishing. You get a 6 and 5 badge breakdown here, which is still the same amount of badges if I'm not mistaken. But I wanted to try to find a little something else, a little more balanced. When I really sat here and thought about it, I asked myself, did I need 16 shooting badges? Because think about it, you're really not going to need, there's no more quick draw. So all you really need is gold green machine, gold hot zone hunter, gold deadeye, gold range extender, and maybe like silver volume shooter, bronze clutch shooter, something like that, and you should be fine. But this right here is another version, 6, 14, 29, and 7 that I was able to find. And as you can see, we have the extra attribute upgrades. I was trying to finesse the extra shooting badge, but you are not able to. I think I even tried to finesse the extra finishing. You're not able to, but you can end up putting these extra attribute upgrades into your post moves, and then you'll get the 6, 14, 30, and 7, which is very nice badge breakdown. If I'm not mistaken, that's still 57 badge upgrades. So there's a few different ways you can do this build and still end up with 57 badge upgrades, which is incredibly nice. Like, that's a good build. There's not going to be many other builds out here with this many badges. This year they have gotten rid of like how many badges certain builds can get. Like the two-way slash and plays were so OP last year, but this year they don't even get hardly any badges, and that's just so disappointing. Next, for the body shape, honestly there's a few different body shapes you can look at, but for a guard build, it's definitely easy for me to decide. I would choose between Define and I would choose between Slight. The only other one I might look at is like a compact or maybe a build, but those are the two best guard builds, body shapes that I recommend. Define because it has closed shoulders and it has nice kind of bulky arms. It's a better defense. This is going to be a good twos build. The Define is what I recommend for this build. If you're going to be playing threes, like a play shot something, you could look at Slight. Next though, for this height, a lot of people are immediately going to think, oh, let me go ahead and raise this as tall as I can get it. Let's get the tallest guard possible. But in order for this build to still be able to speed boost off rip, you're only going to be able to upgrade him to 6'7". Honestly, the 6'5" is so tempting for me because once you minimize the arms and you're 6'5", you end up with a 99 ball control. That is insane. That is going to be a really good ISO build. But the build that I'm honestly going to be making, and it's 2K17 vibes, man. This 6'7" pure point forward. If you do not know, if you know me from all the way back then, in 17, that was actually my build. It was a 6'6". I actually made him a lot shorter. I sold my contact dunks. I made a 6'6" point forward in 17, and your boy used to go crazy, man. But next, for the weight, go ahead and drop down your weight because once again, you want the highest speed, the highest acceleration. I promise the weight, the defense is going to be fine on this build because you are so tall. So go ahead and drop your weight down. Next, onto this wingspan, same with your arms. You need that extra ball control. If you're like looking at the long-term benefits of this build, you could go ahead and like do 88 inches here and end up with the 84 ball control off rip. You would not be able to speed boost off rip until you hit like 97 overall according to Mike Wang. But the arm length that I recommend is 79 inches. That way you start off with the 86 ball control. You'll end up with a 90 ball control, 78 three-pointer. That is valid, 100% valid. And then here for the takeover, this once again is a personal choice. Playmaker takeover is for the dribble heads, you know what I mean? If you got the sauce like that, Playmaker takeover is definitely valid. Shot creator takeover is really slept on though for this build. And the reason I say that, a lot of the times, if you're ISOing, you're going to be taking layups, you're going to be taking open shots. You're really not going to be dotting your teammates as much if you're a real ISO guard. But that is all up to you and what you want to choose. Playmaker takeover is valid, shot creator takeover is valid, and as you can see, you have built a pure playmaker. This build has shades of Devin Booker, Manu Ginobili, the Alexander dude. This build is going to be one of the best builds in NBA 2K21. You heard it here first. Let me know what you think of it down below. Let me know if you think it's a dub. Let me know if you think it's an L, and let me know what video you would like to see next. But that's all for today's video. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Make sure to turn those post notifications on. It's your boy Premier, and I'm out. Peace!
It's getting hard to keep composure, they keep trying me. I came from nothing, now they bumping my songs overseas. I remember when I first started, they threw dirt on me.